What's up, y'all? We're going back to back. Got this thing and we're going back to back. Back to back. We just did top 10 hip hop albums of 2020. Um, no, this is top 5 pop albums of 2020. Um, I've explained how I've listened to a variety of music. So Pop actually had a good year in 2020. And as we started off, the number 5 is Rosie and Murphy, Rosie and Machine. Rosie and Murphy, one of the most underrated artists of all time. She's been insulted for no reason. People, they don't open their ears to just what's good. They only know one box of music, and that's the radio. Um, yeah, this album is number 5. It's up to number 5 because it's better than a lot of pop albums that came out. Better than a lot that was on the radio. This album had decent production, cool tracks. But I love Shellfish, Mademoiselle. That song is fire. Shit, that's a classic song. I could play that all day in rotation before I go into any other song. Um, that song sounds like 60s music, 60s and 70s music. Love her delivery on it, and she has a great voice. She has great music. She's been out for a while. Um, yeah, this deserves the number 5 slot. Number 4 is Doja Cat, Hot Pink. Hot Pink has amazing production that takes you. It sounds like you've been taken back in time. Um, Especially with Say So. That sounds like 60s, 70s music. Um, Love that song. Um, yeah, the lead singles were the best songs on the album. Despite her acts, foolish acts, trying to go that nice and stuff. Yeah, I gotta tip my hat to it. Cause music is music, and yeah, she did a pretty good job. This was decent album, but 3 tracks really stood out. Say So, Just Like That, and Juicy. And that's the number 4 slot. Number 3, The Weeknd, After Hours. Now everyone knew The Weeknd got robbed for an award. Weeknd, my thing with The Weeknd is I used to not like The Weeknd at all. I hated his songs, all his songs, from Earned It to Astro Boy. Finally, I watched this movie called Uncut Gems by Adam Sandler. Terrible movie and very overrated, but The Weeknd just happened to be in there. And soon after he dropped After Hours, I was like, well, this sounds like a whole nother artist. I like the look and production was amazing. Um, there were 3 tracks that really stood out to me. Save Your Tears. Everyone disses that song. That's the sleeper song. That's probably the best song on the album. I love Save Your Tears. Um, Listen to all Blinding Lights. That's the radio hit right there. I love Blinding Lights. I could play that all day. And Snow Child, that was awesome too. Um, the production on there, loved it. And that definitely deserves a number three slot. Number two slot for pop albums this year. Sakamami, Color Theory. Now, I found this album out by another YouTube reacting or review. Sakamami took me back in time as well. It's like a nostalgic time in pop music this year. Everybody sounds reminiscent. But this is like the classic pop music. This took me back to my childhood. Like it's the classic movie that classic pop music they played in like Disney stuff, Nickelodeon stuff when I was like a little young. Put out an amazing album. Um, Says she doesn't start releasing. She didn't start releasing music to 2018. Sounds like she's already at her peak. I want to listen to more from her. Uh, First time I ever listened to it. It seems it is underrated because it don't really get mentioned. Um, yeah, and I was impressed. Well, one album, pop album, was better this year, and number one, it shouldn't be a surprise. Ariana Grande Positions. This album was incredible. She has a hot streak. Um, yeah, I went from not listening to music really, just messing with her as an actress. And she made Sweetener. Then she made Thank You Next. Now you have Positions. Like she's on a three-peat. Um, it's so hard to even pick which one is better. I can't even pick between Sweetener and Thank You Next. Positions, that's just gonna make it even harder. And man, the production is like heaven slash playing a video game in your dreams slash childhood. Um, I gotta look up who's the producer of these songs. Salute to Pharrell for Sweetener, man. He did his things on Sweetener. I wonder if he produced this album and Thank You Next. I gotta look it up. Man, the features were great from The Weeknd, Ty Dolla $ign, and Doja Cat. It will all match up well together. Um, I had to even buy the CD from the stores. And I used to collect CDs like that until I found Spotify. But certain albums they have on display, I knew this was going to be up there because it's a little, she's more a commercial artist that happens to be amazing. So yeah, of course I bought it. No fillers at all. You see her mature more on this album, and you can't even do better than that. So yes, definitely the best pop album of 2020. That's my top five. And yeah, this year I'm gonna have a pretty good year, like I said. Comment on my other video too. What do you think is top 10 hip hop albums of 2020? Comment on this one. What's your top 5 pop albums of 2020? Like, share, comment, subscribe, and kicking off the new year.